We have another loaded show coming your way on the San Francisco 49ers Report. The NFL mandated all teams to cut that roster down to 80, so we'll take a look at who the 49ers have let go. Also, an NFL insider who covers the San Francisco 49ers thinks that the New York Giants are a good destination for Jimmy Garoppolo and thinks that New York wants to trade for him. Also, some insight on some of these rookies that are turning heads so far throughout training camp. First, though, want to officially welcome a new sponsor here to the San Francisco 49ers Report, True Classic Tees, high-quality T-shirts with really good material for affordable prices that fit men of all sizes. I'm rocking one here, and back in the day, I used to be a lot heavier, and I struggled to find a shirt that made me look less fat. These shirts with the technology allow you to do that, and you can get 25% off if you enter the promo code CHAT by heading to trueclassictees.com/chat. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. So I kind of previewed what we're talking about on today's show. Buccaneers-Giants, two teams showing some interest in Jimmy Garoppolo, according to reports and speculation out there. Danny Gray, Spencer Burford, are they rookie gems from the 2022 NFL draft class? And the Niners have made their roster cuts down to 80. A week from today, it's the big one, getting that roster down to 53 players. We begin with the biggest storyline so far throughout the offseason for the Niners. It continues to be Jimmy Garoppolo. Why is that? He's still on this team technically. Jed York, the owner, over the weekend, had some very interesting remarks that we'll tell you about to get you caught up and lay the foundation. He said, look, we're comfortable with having Garoppolo on this team, but according to Cam Inman, the 49ers have moved on. Jimmy G will not be on the team come week one. And if he is on the roster week one, there is a big financial element at play here. He will be guaranteed that base salary of $24.2 million. So in some senses, it doesn't make sense to have Garoppolo on this team. Other senses, if Trey Lance doesn't perform well, he gets injured, is there a better backup out there than Jimmy G, who throughout his San Francisco 49ers tenure has won 71% of his starts? Now, technically, Garoppolo's salary is budgeted for with the current construction of this team. The roster is set. They're not going to go out there and pay big money to any free agents out there because the free agency market is very thin and the roster is in a good position on both sides of the ball. On the other side of that, though, Jimmy Garoppolo being on this team is a distraction for Trey Lance, and it's prohibitive for his development moving forward. So while the 49ers have the money available to pay Garoppolo that salary because no roster moves from a significant standpoint are going to take place, I don't think that it does any wonders or any benefits to have him on this team with Trey Lance, because with Jimmy Garoppolo breathing down the neck of Lance, I think it does alter his development and maybe might mess with his confidence. As for that team interested in Garoppolo, Mike Silver, who's now writing for the San Francisco Chronicle, was on Colin Cowherd's podcast, and he said, I think that the New York Giants want Jimmy Garoppolo given Daniel Jones' struggles. We'll get to that report and what he had to say coming up around the corner. First, though, as I mentioned off the top, today's show sponsored by True Classic Tees. This shirt that I'm rocking right here, the fit is awesome with the technology that they have on it. Really a slim waist to make you look slimmer than you actually are. And what's cool about True Classic is that they have t-shirts available for men of all sizes. They're also very, very affordable, just like the six-pack right here. Less than $15 per t-shirt. And right now I'm rocking that cotton polyester blend, really good athletic material. They also have a whole line of products, from collared shirts and golf polos to shorts as well. And here's the great deal that we have going on for the faithful. You can get 25% off by entering the promo code CHAT if you head to trueclassictees.com/chat. We'll be sure to put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. True Classic might be a new sponsor. I've been rocking their products for a really long time, and now that I have run for 90 consecutive days, they also have this athletic line that we'll tell you about at some point as well. So back to what Mike Silver said about Garoppolo. I think the Giants want him. I think the Giants' perspective is, yeah, we think he's better than Daniel Jones. We would rather have him now, but even if you reduce the $24 million in that base salary, which is what I think you would have to do, it would be tough for the Giants cap-wise. Then I think the other thing with some of these other teams, you think, yeah, we can maybe prop it up with Jimmy Garoppolo and with him on the team, go 7-10, 8-9 this year and to think that we're better than we actually are, or we can take our lumps now during the 2022 season and then draft the next guy about a year from now. Colin Cowherd, as part of this conversation, also said that he thinks that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers make a lot of sense. Now, Cowherd was on the Bucs train back several months ago throughout the offseason. That's something that we discussed, and it makes some sense if Tom Brady plans on playing this year out, retiring for good this time, and not returning to the Bucs in 2023. You look at how that roster is constructed, they're ready to compete for a Super Bowl. This year, they've signed some of their key cogs on that roster to future deals as well, and going with a young quarterback might not allow them to maximize their potential. Going with Jimmy Garoppolo, though, allows them to tap into that potential. Something to monitor with the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No matter what happens, we have you covered here on the channel. Now, I know a lot of you are very fatigued and just tired out, worn out about all of these Jimmy Garoppolo rumors and the overall discussion. So if you want the Jimmy G drama to actually end, I want you to say that and let us know. Type me in the comment section. Have some fun with that one right now. To the rookies, and then we'll get to those Niners cuts. San Francisco, by all accounts, love a couple of their rookies as members of this 2022 NFL draft class, specifically Danny Gray and Spencer Burford, who throughout training camp in the preseason have really shined up to this point, with a limited sample size, but still, their play on the practice field and the game field, it's been turning heads for sure. Jordan Schultz with this report. The 49ers love rookie right guard Spencer Burford out of UTSA. From one source, it's like he's already a 5-year pro. He's very sound, very smart, very long. He ran outside zone in college, a plug-and-play guy. Maybe the best part, Trey Lance has total trust in him. We're not stopping at Spencer Burford. How about one of the players who was drafted a round ahead of Burford, who went in the 4th round, Danny Gray, who was selected in the 3rd round. True vertical threat, 4.33 speed from the NFL Combine, the perfect guy next to Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and Jawan Jennings. Team source tells me about Gray. His speed is lethal for us, just the threat alone, but he can go get it now too. He's also been receptive to coaching. And I like both of these rookies. Spencer Burford actually reached out to me the other day because he watched our profile on Burford from last week's show. I love the mentality. I love the game. I love how he goes by the motto, barbecue or mildew. You're either going to cook or you're going to rot. As a young player or a player in general in this league, both up to this point have been cooking. They get to be filed under that barbecue category. And in case you missed our profile of Spencer Burford, basically went about it in the way of, who is Spencer Burford, the rookie mauling right guard who is going to start week 1 barring any types of injuries. Did a deep dive into his recruiting process. He had 30 Division I offers, decided to go to UTSA because that's the area that he's from. Took a look at the scouting evaluations for him and what I've seen from him so far. Make sure you check out that video, which is available on the channel right now, and Spencer Burford himself checked it out. That's why we interacted on Twitter. Who are you most excited for between these two rookies, though? Is it Burford, who's a key pillar along that offensive line and that position group, certainly very, very important, or is it Danny Gray? Let me know right now down below which rook you're most hype about. SB for Burford, DG for Danny Gray. Next up on the show, 49ers have officially trimmed down their roster to 80 guys. Now, yesterday they released wide receiver Austin Mack, and they signed Gibson, the safety. We covered that on the channel. That was one of the roster moves. They still needed to let go of 4 more players. We'll tell you who coming up in just a few moments. First, though, this is why you subscribe to the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. We are the largest News and Rumors Niners channel on YouTube. You can expect daily videos from us on the news, rumors, and analysis side. Watch parties, live shows, live podcasts where you can call in. Nobody's doing it better. Nobody's interacting with the audience as much as we are. So hit that red sub button. Join the faithful family here at Chat Sports if you haven't already done so. So we knew that this was coming, right? And really, the big day is a week from today when all teams in the NFL have to cut those rosters down to 53 players. But as of right now, a couple of big roster moves that we have to talk about with cuts and then players who are also injured. So Jason Verrett was expecting this, is going to go on PUP. So that means he's going to be out at least the first 4 weeks of the regular season. In turn, that opens up a roster spot for a guy who tore his ACL in week 1 of last year. He's just not quite ready, hasn't been able to partake in any practices or game action yet. UCF defensive tackle who was drafted in the 6th round, Kalia Davis, non-football injury list. He too, like Jason Verrett, tore his ACL last fall while playing collegiately. As for the cuts, Sam Schluter released, offensive tackle. Jeremiah Gemmel has an awesome nickname. The General, UDFA linebacker out of UNC, has also been let go. So too has tight end Tanner Hudson. So those are the 3 players on top of Austin Mack who have been released by the San Francisco 49ers to get that roster down to 80 players. And again, another reminder, this is why you subscribe to the channel. A week from today, it's really cut down day and a day that is a sad day across the NFL, and a lot of players who realize that their NFL dreams are not going to come true because all teams must get down those rosters to 53 players. Now, yes, we're making it happen on the 49ers Report on YouTube, on Rumble, on Callin, on all of our platforms with all of our great sponsors, but also love interacting with the faithful on social media. So if you haven't given me a follow, do so right now on both Twitter and Instagram. The handle is the same on both social media platforms. It is at Chase_Senior.